It cut. Let's see, am I live? I don't know what just happened. My shit just cut. I don't know what the fuck happened. My internet, everything was in the green. I've been rambling on. Like, fucking... Sorry. I don't know how long I went before I got cut off. Oops. 34 minutes. Yikes. I've been talking for 20 minutes. I didn't even realize because everything on my end on this restreaming stuff was literally in the green. So I have no idea. Anyway, as I was saying, and I was going in hardcore and my chats are not working. So let me get into my chats here on the, on my last one because some of you, or does chat not work? Let's see. No. It doesn't show a chat replay. Wow, that's gross. That's disgusting. Okay, so I'm just going to have to do this because I think my chat system is borked. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to keep it to 20 more minutes and then I'm going to let it go after that. Again, like I said before, Edge winning or fucking Adam Copeland winning the championship was great. I think they need to pull that trigger there. I've been honest about that for a minute. I thought it was fantastic. Honestly, to be real with you, Okada coming in and beating Eddie Kingston, like I said, dun 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 dun. I'm sick of that shit. So Okada winning it, it's best for business for me. Eddie Kingston needs to lose his belts at this point. And again, I'm not being mean to Eddie Kingston, but it's time for Eddie Kingston to drop belts. He's been holding back that division a little bit, that world heavyweight title. I hope at Supercard of Honor, he loses that title to Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe's been putting in good shit, good work for quite a minute. I think, they need to give him something in return. Let's see what else here. I honestly think I'm honestly being for real tonight. I'm being as me as possible. I watch these shows. Most people don't watch these shows. Most people will sit back and they'll criticize everything, but they don't watch the good and the bad and the ugly when it comes to these companies. And it makes me sad because you get people that want to just sit here and talk about views all day. Views don't make wrestling. Views don't make wrestling. I'm sorry. If views mattered, and somebody brought this up about back in the day, and I'm not trying to, it was one of these wrestling shows that brought it up about back in the day, about WCW calling out, people still tuned in and watched. Was it the sexiest views? Fuck no. But they still did. And I just find it very wild to me how some of you feel like, oh, that's why my chats are not working. Okay. Boy, shit goes wry. I have to reconnect all my stuff because Caster Labs broke. Huh. So guys, this will be a two-parter. I'll put part 2. So I apologize. I want this to be very clear. I think Pesci was here. Thank you, Pesci. I appreciate you. I think you were saying EVP drop, something else. I don't have the actual chats. I don't have my prior chats, so I apologize. But yeah, honestly, to be real with you guys, I love you guys, and you guys know this, man. I'm not trying to be a savage, but I am definitely. I'm starting to realize I got to start doing things for myself. And when it comes to these wrestling reviews, I'm just going to do them myself. I'm better off as my own entity because I found that I'm more entertaining that way, and I'm real and uncut and real as real could be. And I've had a lot of subscribers. I've lost a lot of subscribers recently because I've let some things get to me. But to be honest with you, like I said, this show was great. AEW killed it tonight. I'm not complaining at all. There was no complaints from me at all. I maybe the promo Mercedes Monet, maybe. The women's match was fantastic. Shibata, like a lot of people don't know what Shibata is because you don't watch Ring of Honor. You don't watch the other shows. So you don't know what Shibata is. You don't know what he has to bring to the table. Rocky Romero's good shit. You saw that tonight against Kadeshita. You saw that real quick. But a lot of you don't watch that stuff. A lot of you don't sit back and watch that. You sit and moan and groan about these shows, but you don't watch the show. That's why I always tell you guys, that's why I tell you guys all the time. Personally, I say, look, if you're not going to watch the shows, you should not have an opinion. You should not speak on any of it. If you don't watch these storylines, concluding the middle, beginning, and end, that's like me going, right? This would be like me not watching a show, right, on TV. Let's say the Tulsa King, for example, right? I've watched the Tulsa King. I think it's a brilliant show. I love the show. I'll be watching the next season when it happens here. I'll be binge watching it. I'll be watching the whole entire series because I loved it. Same with 1842 or whatever that is. I was watching those and I love it. And they're making another one with, what's his face? So, you know, from Star Wars, Han Solo. But yeah, you guys get where I'm coming from. And the thing is, when it comes to this stuff, like, you guys got to watch this stuff. You guys got to know these talents. You can't talk crap if you don't watch these talents. You can't talk shit when you don't watch the shows. You can't sit here and tell me about views when you don't watch the show. If you don't watch the show, then you're part of the problem. That's what I love about tribalism in 2024. It's like, if you don't watch the show, you don't support your brands. It's like those same very people that complain they don't watch WWE, but they're willing to praise WWE, which is absurd. And WWE's been ice cold. The outside, tell me when I'm telling lies on this one. Outside The Rock cutting these promos, what has Cody and Seth done? What is Roman? Have we seen Roman? He looks like he's the most wanted man at the moment. Like, he don't come out and this week. Oh, I'm sorry, he's coming this week. Once every month. So The Rock does all your baby back bitch shit. Bitched about all these podcasters. And people are like saying social media is basically SmackDown now, and like what the fuck are we, what the actual F are we doing as a people? Jesus. I'm on one tonight, man. I'm on one. Tonight I've been on fire. Will Ospreay. WWE talked all this trash and said that this man can't cut promos. This man cut a freaking promo and a half. And again, I tried to tell most of you motherfuckers in my live streams why they're signing this man, but you didn't want to listen to shit I had to say. I'm waiting. Here we go again with it. Yep, here we're doing it. Boomy! Kobe! Boomy! I'm the devil! Boomy! Whoa! I suck, right? I'm on Tony Khan's payroll, right? I got a Jaguar in I'm a shield for Tony Khan. I remember when I made that short. How many of you motherfuckers lost your fucking minds and got pissed at me? It was basically me just taunting people because I honestly, I like watching dumpster fires, okay? Real talk. I like watching dumpster fires. I've been doing this online. I've made lots of people dance over the years. Like a lot of these wrestling channels. Like, look, I get people to talk about me real quick because I have a mouth, and I'm never gonna stop running my mouth because I love it. My dad had that complex. I have that complex. A couple of my buddies do, and that's why there's the men and then there's the boys. I'm the man. I'm the tyranny, and there's the sheep and the weak people, and that's the fact when it comes to wrestling. I've said that all along. I've been on shows that have had multiple viewers. I've talked to multiple wrestlers over the year. I've been on many places, and it's funny. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Again, this show was good. The women's match was great for Rampage. The Adam Copeland and Christian match was great. I like the Carney shit. I like the wheels falling off. I've always said that about wrestling. That's what I loved about Mankind matches. That's what I liked back in the day with TNA. I mean, I'm not everybody's cup of coffee. You know, as I said to some of you, like, I'm just not your guys' cup of coffee. I never will be. There's people out there that only watch WWE and only see WWE. They don't see a GCW. They don't see a TNA. They don't see these products. I do. I review all these shows because I love these shows. I like NXT, but not everybody watches it. I watch NXT Level Up. Nobody watches it. I lock myself in every week to watch these shows because I want to be inundated. When you want to get into the industry you're wanting to get into, you got to be about it. You can't just say you're about it. You got to be about it. You can't just watch 2 shows and just say, oh, well, I'm a wrestling guy, so what I do. It's the unfortunate part. But this is how people are. And people I don't call people casual fans, honestly. I enjoy that kind of stuff. Like, seriously, I enjoy that kind of stuff when it comes to wrestling. Always have. That's why I like hokey pokey shit. I welcome it. I welcome the GCW stuff. I like that stuff. These guys were going at it in a penalty box. I like penalty box fights, though. They're great. That's what makes wrestling for me half of the time. I watch and I go, man, that's great. Yo, what's up, buddy? How you doing tonight? By the way, before people are like, oh my God, Rev Sauce is on one. I'm on one. I'm always on one. Then before I have these crybabies get mad at me, let's do it. We're going to do it all night tonight. Boomy. Boomy. I'm waiting for it. Boomy. I'm giving AEW the praise that they deserve tonight because 3 hours, I think it's brilliant. Getting rid of one of the shows is brilliant. They're only doing it for Mega March Madness, though. But a lot of people on Twitter have been telling Tony Khan. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I went to the game. This is my original Stanley Cup hat from when I went to the game. I believe it was game 6 or 7. I don't remember. And I was sitting with my uncle. He was a Rangers fan, and we're not going to talk about that. He didn't like me for 3 days. But yeah, when it comes to AEW tonight, I didn't really have any complaints. I think they're going in the right direction for where they need to go. Now my question's going to be, the $1 million question's going to be, will it be consistent? Tony Khan's been great booking to a pay-per-view, but let's see when they don't have a pay-per-view what Tony Khan does going forward when they don't have those months of pay-per-views. How is he going to book? Now, I'm gonna say a hot take here, and I'm gonna get probably people to boo me more. And here's my hot take. You guys ready for it? And I'm gonna say this next week about Swerve Strickland. And I'm gonna say this in a good way, and I know I'm gonna get booed. I think Kadeshita wins next week. I think they've done the shock factor with House of Black losing. Wouldn't it be something they have him lose? Swerve lose. I'll put it out there. Wouldn't it be something Tony Khan? Tony Khan, I kind of said that. I kind of said it out loud in my live stream. Wouldn't it be something they fuck Swerve Strickland over? What happens if they fuck him over? Wouldn't it be something? And they have this guy come from diversity come down from they have him take another loss, and then he still gets into a match they have another triple threat. But I said that's kind of stupid of me to say, but wouldn't it be something? Because I don't know. I just feel Don Callis is going to get involved one way or another because he can't have his guy lose like he did with when he was a Kenny Omega guy. And I just have this funky feeling that they're going to do that just to be hokey pokey, to piss people off. Okada versus Eddie Kingston. Let's do it. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, you guys get the point with Eddie Kingston. I've been comparing him to Rocky because that's how they've been selling him as. That he could persevere through anything, and he's the comeback guy. Adrian. Okay, I love Rocky. Don't take it as I'm knocking Rocky, but I'm just saying that's the every man's man. That's basically what I was saying about Eddie Kingston. He had to lose tonight, and I'm grateful he did. I kind of got up out of my chair, and I praised. I went like this. I praised. I said, thank God. Holy shit. Thank God. One title. They made it simple. Hallelujah. Now Eddie Kingston needs to lose to get to Mark Briscoe at a Super Card of Honor over the WrestleMania weekend. I'd be okay with that. And then you have Eddie Kingston lose that New Japan Strong title. It's about time. And then Eddie Kingston go away for a while. Just go away. You got paid probably extra money to do what you do. Just go away. Oh, and by the way, I'm drinking the next World Heavyweight Championship drink. It's called Prime Energy, and Logan Paul, I'm going to say this, is going to be your next World Heavyweight Champion by SummerSlam. Mark my words. And for everybody to tell me, because he is literally the best heel that WWE's got right now, and he's doing the best work that any WWE wrestler has done to date, and I called it. And yeah, so here we go. Boo me. Boo me. Because I give Logan Paul the World Heavyweight Championship. The Maverick, the one. All right. Oh, boo me. Anyway, guys, if you're taking me fucking serious, don't take me serious. Like I said, when I do these wrestling reviews, I'm in character, I'm having fun. It's just me being me. And some of it I'm being serious, but the majority of it, like the booing things and the things like that, I'm being hokey pokey, man. Had a great fall. I'm being a jokester, a prankster, okay? That's why some people call me Howard Stern or the Howie Mandel of streaming sometimes, because I sometimes try to play like an asshole and I'm not really an asshole. Oh, sorry. And some people are gonna say, why would people call you the Howard Stern? Because you gotta watch my stuff 3 years ago to understand. When I was coming on stream, I would play characters. I would come out and do these wacky things on stream, and I would have people on my stream flipping out, and it was kind of like a Howard Stern show, really. I kind of allowed it. And it was wild. Once upon a time on my streams, it was very wild. And yeah. So over 18 years for a while there, it was pretty wild. My shows were actually wild. And the other night, if you weren't here for the other, not the other night, the 2 nights ago, we were talking about a lot of graunchy shit. So guys, you got to be in my streams to understand. By the way, I streamed to 7 platforms. We just added D Live back. So there's that. All right. Let's see. The FTW Championship, Hook and defeats Chris Jericho. I thought they were going to do the other way around, but they're setting up for Chris Jericho and Hook to enter the tag team, be a tag team. I think they're going to work on that. I think that's what they're going to do. Hook, Lionheart, something like that. I'm assuming that's what they're going to go with that. Where they go with this, I have no idea, because the tag team tournament launched, and I just have no idea where these two fit. And Chris Jericho is going to do... I think Chris Jericho is going to do some heel work, and it's going to set up for another match between them for the FTW Championship. And Chris Jericho wins that belt. I don't know why they're doing it, but hey, the FTW belt needs some shine, I guess, in AEW. I think they should just... if I'm Chris Jericho, I would honestly, right in front of his dad, when he wins the belt, just set a fucking thing on fire. And just put it in there and just let it go. And then say, this is what I think about your belt. And then maybe they can come out with, maybe they can retire that belt officially. Hook does not need that title. What Hook needs to be in is that TNT side of things. He needs to be fighting Roddy. He needs to be over at, overdoing a bunch of stuff. So anyway... Moving on. Will Ospreay. Let's talk about this. He's cutting promos. Guys, I read the article that the reason why WWE didn't hire him because of the promo work. He was just going to be a wrestling talent. Hey, Rev, what's crazy? WrestleMania season, it feels flat beside The Rock, and I agree with you there. Some of it, not all of it, but I agree with the majority of what you said. I really think, The Rock is outshining everybody. I really do. Cody and Seth really haven't had really much promo work. I'm not trying to be mean towards that. The Rock, people get this confused about The Rock, right? I agree with you, Billy, on a lot of it because it seems that way. And it's kind of The Rock's... I was watching a little bit of JD from New York before I got on, so please take this with a big grain of salt. I agree what he was saying about how WWE is becoming a little ice cold. It's supposed to be WrestleMania season, and it's kind of ice cold, and I agree with him there. Like The Rock's getting 40 minutes, but Cody Rhodes can't cut a promo. That's not what The Rock's doing. It just left me kind of scratching my head. I like The Rock. Don't get me wrong. But The Rock's had his time in the sun, and I get it. But at the same time, when you go and look at Cody and you go to look at Seth's promo work and you go to look at both, and you really have that conversation, they're not getting that much time. So it kind of falls flat. So like Seth and Drew McIntyre, I wasn't believing that promo because where have you guys been? And also Roman Reigns, the actual boss, right? The actual real McCoy that fucking, Cody Rhodes is going after. Let's cut it a buck here on the show. Where's Roman Reigns been? It feels to me like Roman Reigns has been on TV, a cup of coffee? At best? And is basically, acknowledge my tribal chief. I acknowledge you. That's it. He hasn't shown up on a Raw. He hasn't shown up and put his belt in front of Cody's face. He hasn't called out Cody Rhodes. He hasn't said Cody Rhodes is this, that, and the third. He's letting The Rock do all this. The Rock is carrying everything, and Roman's being pushed off the side. I feel this could be fight night if they allow Roman. To me, it's just like, I'm gonna keep it real, and I don't want to shit on WWE. I don't like doing that on my shows when I'm talking about single products. But I'm gonna shit on WWE for a second. What I think they're doing is they're missing an opportunity. It should be big fight feel, and it's not a big fight feel. When you watch a Mike Tyson promo right now with Jake Paul, right? You get that feeling of, you start feeling it. When Mike Tyson speaks, you go, wow. Another thing, Finn Balor contract expires after Ready. Do you think you see him maybe in AEW with his friends? I agree. Roman Reigns is the champion, and he's been left behind. Feel like Cody versus Rock. Yeah, I feel that way. I could see that. I could see Finn leaving WWE, but I can also see him extending his contract. I can also see Drew McIntyre. We don't know about Drew McIntyre. Does Drew McIntyre carry this championship all the way into when CM Punk comes back and then drops the belt to CM Punk and then leaves WWE? I'm very confused with this whole, some people have told me, and all the dirt sheets were wrong. A lot of these dirt sheets that said, oh, he re-signed. He hasn't re-signed anything. Sheamus' contract expires. Are they going to tack time on Drew and Sheamus and Finn? Because Finn was hurt for a minute there. So did they tack on time to keep these guys not going to AEW? So I'll wait and see on that one. But I can honestly see Finn Balor going to... I could see Finn. I could see Finn doing something different. I could see him going and maybe doing Bullet Club, maybe coming in and taking out Jay White. I could see something like that. I can totally see Finn Balor coming back as Prince Devitt. It just looks to me, and I don't want to seem like I'm not a hater of WWE. I like Judgment Day. I just feel like Finn Balor could be much more. And I miss the old days of Finn Balor where he was wearing, Prince Devitt. He meant something. And now when he's in Judgment Day, I just feel I feel it's because they're going to add more people. They said they were going to add more from what I read in articles. I just feel, like he's left in the sauce somewhere. And if he goes to AEW, hey, I just don't want him to be lost in the shuffle. They got too many people there, but I could see him with the TNT belt. I could see him and Adam Copeland going at each other. I could see Will Ospreay and him going at each other. I could see Okada and him going at each other. I could see it. But it's going to come down to Finn Balor, what he wants to do. You know, what does he want to do? What is he feeling? AJ Styles just came out with an article basically saying it's not the same WWE when he came in. They're pushing younger talent over, old talent. You know what I mean? AJ Styles is kind of lost in the sauce too. So when AJ Styles at 45, is he going to go, okay, maybe I reevaluate and I maybe I go where the Young Bucks are and I finish my career out in AEW? Because, I'm seeing it with AJ Styles where don't get me wrong, I think the whole LA Knight thing is great, but LA Knight should be way further than AJ Styles. They're going to have a WrestleMania feud, probably the beginning of the show. But to be honest with you, AJ Styles is bigger than that to me. And I think AJ Styles should be way ahead of where he needs to be. And that's just my personal opinion. Same with Finn Balor. I've said that all along. Finn Balor's been wasting away for years now. And I feel Ricochet's wasting away. They're pushing Ricochet now, but I feel like Ricochet's wasting away. I feel Eric Ivar is wasting away in WWE personally. I think they were better as a War Machine, but that's just me though. And Roman Reigns has been left in the sauce, man. Like this whole Roman Reigns thing, like he's the main champion. Why is The Rock acting like he has the championship belt in his hands? It's not his championship. It's not his match. I just feel like The Rock is trying to outshine the match that should have a big fight feel. And I've said that all along about Roman Reigns. I love Roman Reigns. But I just feel like he's left in the sauce. He's left in the sauce. I feel like, Oh, did I get you? Did I get you, Barkley? I got you on this side too. Here. I got you. I chose a standard mod. Guys, if you're not checking out Averaging Down and Dave Barkley's channel, Averaging Down, check him out. He's always playing something. He's been addicted lately to golfing games and Madden 24. He's been playing the shit ton out of it. He should be streaming it. You should be playing Ultimate Team. You should be streaming it. You should be streaming it on Kick Arena. You should be over there streaming it hardcore. Should be over on these new platforms streaming it hardcore. Serious. You stream a shit ton of those sports games. I got to get back to so when I get done tonight with these reviews, I'm going to get to doing some more Fortnite. By the way, guys, I'm almost done with the season pass. We're 2 weeks, and I've beaten it in 2 weeks. Then we're going to go from there to, on the gaming side, we're going to go back, because I put 8 hours into WWE. I didn't really put much time. I kind of just blinked at it and really kind of played starting of the storyline. We're going to go from that to... We're gonna go to that to I got a lot of games. I've downloaded so many on the PS5. Ghost of Tsushima is gonna be one of them. Forspoken is gonna be another one. I'm looking at possibly buying Helldivers 2. There's a lot of stuff I want to get that I'm gonna be playing. I gotta save my money up because I have the money for my credit card. But next month, if I have extra money, I will definitely get Helldivers 2. We'll dive into that. Apex is going to be coming back on this channel. NCAA, guys, for sure. When NCAA comes out, that's day one. That's automatic. That's day one. I'm a huge NCAA fan. You guys will know because I'll get a Woody on and we'll go crazy with my sportserisms. So there's that. So Diana Peraza, Thunder Rosa tonight, defeating Storm and Mariah May, setting up for Thunder Rosa, Diana Peraza match. I thought that was brilliant. Thunder Rosa, I like Thunder Rosa. I'm a huge Thunder Rosa fan ever since Lucha Underground and even before then. But I really think Thunder Rosa could go over to Diana, but I think Diana will go over Thunder Rosa, and then they'll have Toni Storm 2. I could see that happening. One thing, and I'm gonna make on this honest opinion. I think AEW needs to stop with the whole ranking system shit. I'm not a big fan of it, and it only applies to the World Heavyweight title. And Samoa Joe did say that it only applies to the World Heavyweight title and who he feuds with. So they brought it back only for Samoa Joe. They didn't bring it back for the whole AEW roster. It's just for Samoa Joe to handpick his opponents. So I think that's a little hokey pokey to me, but that's just me. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys for coming by and hanging out with me and chilling and vibing. And we're going to be going live more often with wrestling stuff here on this channel. I'll do more. I hear you guys. A lot of you like the live stuff. I've heard a few of you that are in my community. You like the live. You like my live streams more than you do my quick reviews. And I've heard you guys. And then last week I heard some opinions. And I'm just going to be doing shows all week long. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to get up earlier. I'm going to get a workout in. And then we're just going to go hard in the game streaming. And then when wrestling comes on, we'll watch it. And then after the fact, we'll review it. I'll try to do like an hour and a half review for you guys as much as I can. And we'll just go into depth. We'll try. If not, it'll be a quick review. And just because, you know, there's not so much time in the day. You know what I mean? I try to cover everything, but there's so much time in the world, and I got to fit game streaming in. It's a balancing act. And I know some of you like the live stuff, but I try my best. So don't hold me to the live portion of these stuff. I'm going to try to do them as much as I can. For instance, I got a lot of people that are going to watch WrestleMania. I got a few friends that want to hang out. I got another group of people that I got to pick and choose where I'm going to do these WrestleMania things because I got people that want to do WrestleMania with me. I got some new people that are getting back into wrestling and another Discord that want to hang out with me and watch WrestleMania. Some people want to watch the fight, Logan Paul, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I may do a watch along for that. I'm considering it. But yeah, just expect different things from me. And also too, we're going to do a review of Roadhouse. Expect that on here on this channel from me. I'm a huge Jake Gyllenhaal fan. So when that gets released tomorrow, I'll be watching it as it's happening. I don't know if it's a show or it's a movie. And then I'll have a review with somebody up on my channel, for you guys. So there's that. I apologize with the snorting tonight. Chris Jericho knighting Hook. That's a win-win in itself. Real quickly, I addressed Will Ospreay, Diana Peraza we talked about. Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana defeating the Butcher. I thought this was a giveaway match. We haven't seen the Butcher in a long time. Butcher looks like he's getting ripped. They've been over at Ring of Honor. Butcher and the Blade have been over at Ring of Honor. And they've been doing amazing things over there. So I knew when he came over to this side of the AEW spectrum, I knew he was going to job out and lose. Samoa Joe comes out. I like what they're doing with that with Kadeshita, but I just have this sinking feeling, and I love Swerve Strickland, but I just have this feeling that they're going to go the way of, I know they want to make the Swerve Strickland stuff bigger than it is. And Swerve Strickland is the biggest heel that they have right now next to Christian Cage. I said this tonight, and I'm going to get booed for this. I think they're going to keep doing this diversity thing with having them to overcome the odds. I think Swerve is going to lose. I don't know. I just have the sinking feeling. I hope he wins, but I feel like they're going to have him lose. And because are you going to have him fight Samoa Joe at Dynasty and win? Are you going to have him go into maybe one of the bigger pay-per-views that they got like All In and have him win there? Because if you have Will Ospreay beat Danielson, right? Let's just put it this way. You have him beat Danielson, right? And then where does Will Ospreay go from there? You pigeonholed yourself. So do you have him go to that main event scene and beat Strickland? So you're telling me Strickland wasn't worth a cup of coffee with the title? I mean, so to me, I'd rather see Strickland win it down the road. You know what I mean? It's hard because I get why they gave it to Okada tonight. They had to give him something because he's bigger than light to the hardcore audience. Not the casual audience. Casual audience doesn't know what the fuck Okada is. Let's just be real. The average WWE fan does not know what Okada is. And I am not going to explain to the average WWE fan what Okada is because I confuse the hell out of him. And I'd probably get 16 paragraphs dedicated to me on a Discord DM or a fucking, or in a Discord somewhere or fucking on X telling me that I don't know what I'm fucking talking about or they don't get it. Yeah, usually. So let me do this again for you. Because this is me. This is a story of what's going on with my wrestling content lately. People booing me. So, yeah. I see Swerve either going in and winning or going in and losing. Now, Kadeshita, and I'm probably butchering his name still. He's just going to be, again, and I just don't want to be this way. And I also think he should be with a championship in his hands. He's worked his ass off. He's had the best matches in this year. But it's not his time. And I think that's what WWE is doing. Or sorry, AEW, sorry. But yeah, that's how I feel about some of that stuff. This show literally was a B+ for me. The women's match, dude, like, I'm going to say this, Sky Blue. Bunch of you watch, I'm giving your girl credit. She carried that match. She made Julia Hart look like $1 million. Julia Hart looked weak as the champion. Sky Blue looked better. Sky Blue took the big spots. She was your Darby Allin of the match, technically. And she was bleeding. And you got people sitting here going, well, they're copying WWE. How dare... I saw that on X. People go, they are copying WWE in their matches. They're NXT shit. WWE don't bleed. When WWE does it, they have to get the trainer out. They have to take 15 minutes to woo the wrestler before they can come back in the ring. AEW doesn't do that. AEW does what WWE used to do. Do these matches and bleed. And she wasn't bleeding that bad. I thought I saw more blood from fucking, what's his face? The Don Callis family match with Kyle Fletcher. I thought he had more blood in his mouth than anything. How long do you think Julia Hart will be champion? Oh, man, that's tough. I think she'll get through this next pay-per-view. And I think when they get to the bigger pay-per-views, she will lose. I think, or she'll lose at this pay-per-view. This one, or she'll lose in the next two. I see her possibly losing, and I think they're going to set up a triple threat match, which is my opinion, with Mone and Willow Nightingale versus Julia Hart. And I think Mone goes over. Because Tony Khan... And this has been Tony Khan's track record. He likes to give new talent like Jon Moxley. He did it right off the rip for John. Did it right off the rip for Claudio with Ring of Honor Championship. He likes to give the bigger stars championships like Okada. Sorry guys, I need some water in my throat. But yeah, I see Mone winning that TBS championship, and I think it's the right move. For me, I think it's the right move. You have Mone get that. I know it's the secondary women's title, and I know it's the underlooked championship, but here's the thing. You can't put Mone in that title picture right now on the other side of that. You just can't. Do you put her in Ring of Honor and have her beat Athena? The only thing I see her doing is the TBS belt. And that's really who I think Julia Hart will lose it to, is Mone. Mone, and then you can have Willow Nightingale and Mone 1, 2, and 3 if you like. You can have Mone and Willow Nightingale going at each other left and right. The feud is there. If you guys want to go there, the feud is hot. The feud is there. I'm gonna take my hat off because I'm kind of a little warm up there, and I'm getting my top of my head because I shaved. It's getting a little irritated. But you guys get the point where I'm coming from with that one. I think Julia Hart holds it another month or two, and I think she loses it. It was the right move they did tonight with Adam Copeland. They needed to. They needed to conclude that story. How much further could you go with Mother Wayne and the prodigal, or whatever they're calling it, how the Parsides, the particle, whatever, the cult, whatever they're calling it? How far could they go with that? How much more could you see at Adam Copeland lose? You know, how much longer could you see him lose? You brought him in. He's kind of losing his luster a little bit. You got to give him something to put him back up on the top. Do you still Will Ospreay? Do you see Will Ospreay winning the? Yes, I do. It's hard. So here's my opinion. Here's my opinion on Will Ospreay will be a champion. I think they're feeding Danielson to him right now. It's hard because do you have? I'm gonna propose this to you guys. Anybody that's watching my stream here on YouTube, me covering this, right? I'm gonna pose this question to you guys, because here's Tony Khan pigeonholed himself, right? You have Swerve Strickland, right? Possibly losing next week, right? To continue his diversity, having to come up the ranks, right? Do you have Swerve win it early and only hold the belt for 2 months and have Will Ospreay beat him? Which would be really stupid, because all the work that you did with Swerve would be a waste. You belt him up for a year to be at this point, and you have him take it off of Samoa real quick, right? Then you have Ospreay just come in and just beat him at All In, because that's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to do with Swerve. You're going to have him lose. You're literally going to have him take a loss in a matter of a month. To me, I would rather see Swerve lose against Kadeshita, right? Have Samoa Joe beat Kadeshita, right? At Dynasty, right? Move on. Have Will Ospreay have his match. And then you have Will Ospreay come in and lose and win against Samoa Joe, right? Then you can build. And I'm going to say this, and I know I'm going to get booed, but you have Swerve come in and win the Continental Championship. I know that's something that people don't want to hear me to say that, but you blame Tony Khan on that one. He booked himself weird. Or what you do is you have Strickland win next week. You have him go into All In as champion and win. Beat Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay takes the pin. Do you do that in front of Will Ospreay? Probably, he said it his contract, when he was negotiating, that was the number one thing he wanted to do. He wanted to do it at All In, their WrestleMania. He wanted to do it in front of the England crowd. So do you have him win it not today and then win it next year? If they're still going to do it in England? It's very hard for me it's very hard because Tony Khan, me looking at his booking sheet, right? It's really hard for me to fantasy book and figure out, because he's I'm going to say this in a good way. He backed himself into a corner. He's pigeonholed himself. He brought in too much talent right off the rip. He should have spaced that shit out. And he really didn't. Because Will Ospreay, you have Will Ospreay win the title, you have him lose, and then at an extent of Swerve Strickland. Or you have Swerve win, have him beat Ospreay, and then have Ospreay fight diversity then you're doing finish the story Cody Rhodes 2.0. Will Ospreay will be your next champion. I think he'll be the one that dethrones Joe. I think it's not Swerve Strickland's time. I think they kind of need to go that way, have Swerve Strickland lose. And then as a consolation prize to Strickland, maybe you have him go into Ring of Honor and win the World Heavyweight title that way. Strickland is kind of getting fucked out of all this, really. And it's hard for me to really, it's very, very, very hard for me to, it's really hard because I like Ospreay. And Ospreay is now cutting the best promos of his life. And WWE said he couldn't cut a promo, but now you look at from the reports. But Josh, that's my honest answer. I mean, it's hard because I like these talents and I want to see them grow and I want to see them do what they need to do, but it's hard because Tony Khan pretty much booked himself into a conundrum. It kind of reminds me when they had CM Punk on the roster and then you had Jon Moxley and then CM Punk got hurt and then you had to pivot to having Moxley hold this belt and then basically Lou take a loss, take a pin in the middle of the ring. It was really, it's really hard to have that. When do you see MJF returning, or do you see Wardlow turning on the group? So MJF is probably he probably took surgery. I'm speculating, so this is me speculating. I think we see MJF sometime in the fall because he had a hip issue, torn labrum. That takes about December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. I could see him back by October. That's about 10 months from there. I could see him back. I could see him back in 10 months time. That'll be like October. So you could probably see him by Full Gear. I think Full Gear, you'll see him back. Adam Cole, I think that would be your first feud you would have with Adam Cole. I think that's the first. You gotta start that feud there. I'd start with Adam Cole. I'd have them feud. I'd have him beat Adam Cole. He's gonna run through. He's gonna have to go through the gauntlet though when he returns. So he's gonna do what John Cena did when. It kind of reminds me of what they're probably gonna do the Nexus kind of storyline, where he had to go through everybody to diverse himself. So you're gonna have him go through everybody, and then what you're gonna probably do is have him. I'm speculating here, so this is me fantasy booking at this point. So take this with a grain of salt. Don't take what I'm saying serious, please. Some of you are gonna take this serious. When I fantasy book, so I think at that time you'll have Will Ospreay still be champion. MJF's gonna have to do he's gonna either have to. It's gonna be hard because he's a tweener, so it's gonna be hard. So Will Ospreay will probably, it'll either be Strickland being champion by then, or it'll be Will Ospreay still holding the belt. So I do see MJF possibly winning the belt when he comes back by the beginning of next year. I could see it. Then you have Kenny Omega coming back from diverticulitis, which takes a year and a half. So you're going to have him coming back. Who do you have him go against? Who knows? I know he's going to feud with Okada. That's going to be definitely for sure. He's going to feud with Okada for sure. That's just the way it's going to go. I think that'll be perfect. It'll be sweet. That'll be Kenny Omega's first match coming back. And we'll see. Wardlow turning on the group. I don't see Wardlow really turning on the group. He's the brute guy. Unless Adam Cole. See, to me, the Undisputed Kingdom reminds me of Evolution. A little bit. Adam Cole reminds me a little bit of Evolution. Adam Cole, when he gets help, they need to have Adam Cole on TV. These vignettes are not helping his cause. He needs to be on TV at this point, and he's got to be on the mic. He's got to be every week. He's got to be in a suit every week. He's got to be the inner Shawn Michaels, inner Triple H at this point. He's got to wear a suit. He's got to come out every week. I don't care if he's have a boot on. He's got to come out. He's got to speak. He's got to have all these. He needs to have all of his guys in suits. Okay, and he needs to. What he should have done is a lot better than with that vignette. I think that vignette was kind of stupid tonight, but I understand why they did it. They have to show his face. So yeah. Wardlow turning on the group, I don't see that unless they book him that way. They have one opportunity with Wardlow now. They gotta keep him in this group for a while. Wardlow, I do see winning a belt though, and not the World Heavyweight title. I see him winning the Continental Championship. I see that. Not against Okada though. I think Okada will lose the Continental Championship, and I believe this. And I think he'll lose that to an incoming Do you see Cody Rhodes finishing the story? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I really do. I see Cody. I do see Cody Rhodes winning. Now I do see Seth Rollins. I see Seth Rollins turning on Cody. I see it happening. And I see Cody doing Bloodline Rules at Mania. I see that. I could see that. I could see that as a real possibility. And I could see him having to beat The Rock and Roman and getting some help. I could definitely see it. So I could definitely see. Sorry, my dogs are barking like crazy. I apologize if you don't hear that. My apologies. I can also see Seth and Cody winning, and I could see just Roman and Cody going at each other and Cody winning it. Now, where does Cody Rhodes go from there? I think a quick feud with Randy Orton's probably definitely gonna beat Logan Paul for the championship belt at Mania. I see this happening. I definitely see that as a possibility. I don't think Kevin Owens is winning that belt. I think it will be a returning Randy Orton. He'll have another championship belt to say on his list. I would love to see Lesnar return at WrestleMania 40. Interesting. You're the first one to tell me that. Interesting. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to be real. He's been on the page for a while. They debunked him coming back to WWE. I honestly going to be real. I don't see him coming back, but that would be wild. That'll be wild. With all this scandal that's going on, I don't see it. And but I could definitely see them doing something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if Manuel brought him back like that, or The Rock. I wouldn't be surprised. But who would he feud with first? Who would you have him go against? What, Wardlow? Or not Wardlow, sorry, Gunther? Or would you have him just come out and just squash somebody real quick at the end of the match? But that would be interesting. Or the night after Mania, I could see that. I could see them doing some shock factor. I could see that. I can also see them, if they wanted to, bring AJ Lee in. Have AJ Lee debut. I could see that. At Mania. Oh, my Discord's going off. Hold on a second. Do you see Charlotte Flair returning at... No, I don't. No. Charlotte Flair, with that ACL, MCL injury, she's been gone for 4 months. So she needs another 5. She'll be back by SummerSlam. Yeah, she'll be back by SummerSlam. Bayley will carry that championship belt for a while. And then you'll see Charlotte come in and win it immediately. Or Bianca. I could see Bianca and Charlotte going at each other. But I think when Charlotte comes back, I think they're going to launch that feud with Jay Cargill. They're going to have to at some point. Sorry if you heard that scream. Somebody screaming at the dogs. Shut up. Jesus, my bad. Sorry. But yeah, Charlotte returning at WrestleMania 40. I don't think she's ready. And I think personally she'll be back. She'll be back probably by SummerSlam time. Probably Bash in Berlin, probably. She'll show up. She'll probably be either Bayley or whoever's the next champion. I don't think Bayley's going to be holding on to that championship for very long. And I don't think Becky Lynch is going to be holding on to that women's belt very long either. I really don't see that either. And helping Bayley. I see Bayley winning. There's going to be some hokey pokey in the match, but I see Bayley winning cleanly. And I honestly, I see some fuckery happening in that match too, where I think I could see Io Sky turning on, after the fact she goes crazy. I could see her turning on the on Damage Control. I could see that happening. Do you see Becky Lynch becoming champion? I'm still curious who Damian Priest is going to cash in on. So, I'm going to make a wild prediction, and I've said this to you guys many times on this very show. on my show here, and I've said it within my game streams, and I think, Josh, you were there when I said this, or maybe you weren't. And I said this on kick streams and stuff like that. I see Damian Priest cashing in during the Seth Rollins match. I have a funny feeling, this is my feeling, Seth loses, you literally hear Drew McIntyre's music go, whatever his music is, right? I can't do it. And then you see Damian Priest come out of nowhere and cash in and win. Beats Drew McIntyre and win. Drew McIntyre barely has the title for 10 seconds. I can see that happening. Help with Finn Balor and everything. I see Damian Priest and Finn losing the titles in that 6-pack challenge. And I have him cashing in at WrestleMania 40 night 2. I either see him entering the match and having a triple threat, or I see him cashing in literally on Drew McIntyre. Or if Seth still holds the title, I could see Damian Priest coming immediately and maybe doing some fuckery there and winning the title 1, 2, 3. Now I can also see Damian Priest cashing in on Gunther, and I could see Gunther losing his title. So those are the two options I see. I thought they waited too long to do this with Damian Priest, Senior Money in the Bank, because they got to have that. He's got to have that feud with Andrade. You see, this is going to be a wild WrestleMania. I can't wait for it. Same here. I'm excited. I got a lot of people that are coming back to watching wrestling, and they're talking to me like, "Oh, I want to watch wrestling now." Oh my God, The Rock is cutting these promos. I'm like, yeah. Like, everybody's now interested. So, like, I have a lot of friends that are coming back to watching wrestling. So it's going to be wild on WrestleMania weekend, because I have so many people that are starting watch parties for this damn thing on Peacock. So we'll see what we're doing on that day. I don't know. I got a couple of groups already that have been asking, and it's just wild. But yeah, I'm excited for WrestleMania. I think, the teams that they have right now, I think Damian Priest and Finn Balor lose. And I think DIY or The Rock makes me laugh. The Rock, it's funny. What a lot of people don't realize is The Rock's playing a character and he can do whatever the hell he likes. People are like saying he gets so much promo time. But I'm laughing because on social media, you could be something different. It's so funny to me that The Rock could be something totally different. That's what I'm telling people, like sit back, enjoy the ride. Because The Rock has 2 more years left in him at best. Enjoy this ride. And John Cena is going to be retiring soon. He said he's got not much time left. So enjoy the last few years of John Cena's career in WWE. I tell people, enjoy this. Yeah, we could boo and hate The Rock, right? We could be Cody crybabies, but at the end of the day, I think, look, at the end of the day, The Rock makes the decisions and Brian Gerwitz is doing what he needs to do and they're writing for all these guys. I think Cody's being pushed to the side, Roman Reigns and Seth, and it's all The Rock's show. We're just living in The Rock's world at the moment. And I finally love the fact that they kind of had Cody Rhodes finally do something. Finally. But I've said this whole thing has gone a little ice cold a little bit. It's been more of a Rock show. But guys got to remember, there was a thing called Hollywood Rock. And when I was a kid, you guys don't remember, the Rock was a spectacle back then. Hurricane Helms and The Rock, man. You guys, 2001, 2000s. My goodness, if you guys got to go way back. I wish The Rock would come back with the black leather the black leather vest and the leather pants and the belt. He was much better as that. Been going to the WWE Hall of Fame. I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people have John Cena and The Rock on the Mount Rushmore next to Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mankind. That it's hard because you can only have 5 there. But mine goes on and on and on. Like, I do have Hulk Hogan on my Mount Rushmore. I have Ric Flair. I have Sting. I have The Rock. I have John Cena. I have Stone Cold Steve Austin. I have Terry Funk. I have Mankind, Mick Foley up there. I have lots of different talents out there that I love to pieces, honestly. I don't have any complaints. John Cena, like people say, oh, he was handed everything. John Cena was, as he says in interviews now, he was just doing what they were telling him to do. They're the ones that write the check. They tell me what to do. I do. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, and John Cena said he's got one more championship run in him. And he wants to do something special. So he said, he's talking about doing like some NWO, maybe letting WWE bring the NWO back. And maybe doing it with a couple of people. So we'll see what he does. I really want to see, he says he wants to bring back the NWO, his version. So I want to see what he does. He wants to go heel. And he said, I want to go heel, but it's got to be right. He said, it's got to be right. I wasn't allowed. We were going to go heel. Yeah, Roman's up there. Roman's up there. I mean, you got to get... I wouldn't go Roman Reigns' early career stuff. I think when he broke away from the Shield. But when he started saying, believe that, and worship me, or I'm in your city, that's when Roman Reigns took off for me. I was like, damn, he's not doing the tater tots Roman Reigns anymore. And the story that goes alongside of that, he was sitting with Paul Heyman, and he was writing these ideas that he wanted people to acknowledge him, like a tribal chief. And when he came up with the idea, he talks about this. And when you listen to Roman Reigns, they said they had no idea what they were going to do with him. It wasn't working. And so he said, he told Vince, I wanted to go heel. And if you listen to him, he was sitting with another Hall of Famer that's going into the Hall of Fame, Paul Heyman. A lot of people shit on Paul Heyman, but Paul Heyman, love him or hate him. I'm ready for Jay and Jimmy match. Hell yeah, a lot of people are. I think they took too long though with this, but I hope the next 2 weeks they give us a little bit more. They got 3 weeks, so let's see what they do in 3 weeks. Honestly, guys, one other thing I didn't mention in this review, Pac showed up on this show and stared down Okada, so it looks like that's going to be your next feud for the Continental Championship match for AEW. So, like I said, and I'm excited for Stand and Deliver. Anybody excited for Stand and Deliver? I'm excited for some of the stuff that's happening on Stand and Deliver. I think they're going to have some good stuff at Supercard of Honor too. WrestleMania weekend's going to look really good. Shayna Baszler, I'm going to be watching Bloodsport 4. I'm going to be staying up all night. So I may do a huge watch-along party. Yo, thanks for the subscription. Thanks for the subscription, buddy. I appreciate you. So I may stay awake and I may stay awake all weekend, not all weekend long. I may stay up for Bloodsport 4, GCW's pay-per-view, like I did last year, New Japan stuff. TNA is going to have a pay-per-view going off. They're probably going to do the Universe or whatever they do, crossover with New Japan. I know JD from New York's doing some stuff on his channel, so I'll probably be watching that. You know, guys, guys, a lot of you sit around and tell me that I'm a JD hater. I'm not a JD hater. Like, you know, some of you, I just poke fun. It's a joke. I'm not really, you know, he does more work than me when it comes to wrestling stuff. So, you know, I tip my cap off, you know, like he does more than me. Look, him and Andrew Beckdala are doing some cool shit at a tailgate over those 2 days. I wish I would be doing that. One day we'll get there, you know, and I appreciate you guys coming and subscribing. Like I said, thanks you for the subscribe. I appreciate that, buddy. Much, much love. I appreciate you. But yeah, like for instance, I appreciate all my constituents when I talk wrestling. I just give JD shit sometimes. I joke around. I fuck around. If he came into my stream and blah, 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 I would respect him. You know, like I have no ill will or anything like that. I've always said that. I just poke fun. I just have fun with it. Like when, you know, you call me a bedroom streamer, I'm just having some fun with it. So don't take me serious. But yeah, again, this is the show for this week. Next week, it looks like they're doing the same thing because of Mega March Madness for AEW. AEW. Is there any news out there that I want to cover? The World Tag Team Tournament in Collision. So I'll read this off for you guys. Yeah, I knew that they would eventually. So We got the Young Bucks in Private Party. I'm excited about that. We got the Undisputed Kingdom. I'm excited about that. Whoever wins this match will go against the Undisputed Kingdom. The Best Friends won tonight, so they move on. And the Infantry beat the House of Black, which was shocking. That was a shocker to me. So it'll be the Infantry and FTR, and then we have Top Flight and Ricky and Bill when they open up AEW when it returns in the next 2 weeks for Collision, or the next week for Collision. So, and I literally have Top Flight beating Ricky Starks and Big Bill. I can see that, happening. Paul Heyman, love or hate Paul Heyman, and I'm going to say this real quick to him being in the Hall of Fame. And I know a lot of people are going to turn around and tell me, well, why is Bray Wyatt not in the Hall of Fame? Look, he'll get there next year. They're doing so much for this man. They're doing a whole documentary series for him. Like, he's got a whole documentary coming out. He's been featured in the video game. How much more do you want to do for this man this year? They don't have, they have too much talent going into the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? And The Rock's picking. So maybe he gets picked in the Hall of Fame. We don't know. They still haven't. We got all the way up until WrestleMania, so he may be picked. A lot of people are jumping to these conclusions, and then people were upset that he wasn't on the 2K24 box. Well, they just went with the hot hand right now. Maybe next year they put him on the front cover. Maybe they do something cool. They have him on the front cover. They do something. They're doing so much for him now. I think people need to chillax. And by the way, we're doing so much for him. Where was Brody Lee's fucking documentary? Where was that documentary? But anyway, so it looks like that's what we're getting for the AEW World Tag Team Champion Tournament coming up. Max Caster cut a promo with the that was a good little promo with Anthony Bowens. Ronda Rousey. So let's read this for Ronda Rousey before we go. I'm reading this. Maybe I'll do a video on this. Ronda Rousey says, WWE is an absolute shit show, and I don't intend on going back to. Ronda Rousey isn't mixing words about John Laurinaitis and Bruce Pritchard. Damn. Wouldn't that be something? We have Ronda Rousey in the women's division of AEW. I wouldn't be surprised. Because she was on literally, she was on Ring of Honor and AEW for a minute there, for a short minute. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Ronda coming out of retirement and doing. She wants to do a UFC comeback, but to me, she's too old at this point, being 30, 37, 38. I think if she wants a big payday, my personal opinion, if she wants to do part-time, and I know that's what she wants to do, so she could be more with her family, AEW would be your best bet. They would pay her handsomely what she needs. Personal opinion there, because she's shitting all over WWE, and I did see some stuff. Okada being your championship, I'm happy about that. Daily update, let's see here. Tony Khan, Jack Perry is doing good things in New Japan. Tony Khan was asked if we would see the version of if he's back. Tony Khan basically said Jack Perry's doing great things. Perry hasn't appeared in AEW since the suspension last August. Honestly, I'm just going to be real with you guys. I don't see Jungle Boy coming back. I see Jungle Boy coming back to AEW. When and where. He's doing the best work he could do in New Japan at the moment. So I think what Tony Khan did was he offered up some talent over to New Japan. He's done this with somebody else, another woman's talent that he signed a while ago when she was in Dark. I got to remember the name. She's over in Stardom right now, and she may be brought up to the main roster of AEW. So, like I said, what they do is what Tony Khan does is he uses these other promotions, like his alliances that he has with other promotions, and he puts his talent in there. So that's what I think he did with Jack Perry. It's all a work. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I love you guys. You guys know the deal. We're going to play Fortnite. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to have a game stream on everything. You guys know the deal. I love you guys, all of you, from Josh for talking wrestling with me, Billy, Barkley, Churdos Pesci, Pancho. You guys are all amazing people. You know, at the end of the day, man. You guys keep me going with this, even I know I got feedback for Fatal Streams. I know he comes by my stuff and watches my wrestling stuff, so I thank him for that. Yeah, just everybody, man. I appreciate you guys for coming by, hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. I want to do more of these live, but a lot of times I'm doing quick reviews. So don't take, you know, when I have time, when I'm not busy, I'll do live streams. For wrestling. I'm going to try to get up early to do game streams during the day, and then at night do the wrestling stuff, and then hit another game stream late night. So, like I said before. Anyway, I want to thank you all for coming by, hanging out with me. Game stream schedule coming for me, so you guys know. We are going to get into playing more. I got to get into Overwatch, because I have the season pass, and I got to finish that, and ranked on PlayStation and on PC. I need to finish my Fortnite Battle Pass. That's the thing that's going to be important to me. We're going to be grinding, if I can afford it, Helldivers 2 on this channel. Destiny's coming out with stuff. I want to pre-order some of the stuff for Destiny, for the new stuff that's coming out. And I need to catch up on all my stuff there. Apex. So guys, you're going to see a lot of game streaming here on this very channel. This channel is going to remain I got some stuff to take off this channel to put on my RevSauce TV, on RevSauce 9.2 TWO. That's going to be for my food. RevSauce TWO is going to be basically RevSauce 2. That's going to be dedicated for food and beverage reviews, IRL stuff, vlogging, things like that. When I go out and about, like if I go to a cool store, I'll film it. You know what I mean? I'll film if I'm going through a Walmart, maybe I'll film that, you know, a little quick video for you guys. But it'll be just vlogging for you guys. And then workout streams, things like that will be over there. So RevSauce 2, that will be literally for everything else. My 2 chomps, my 2 gulps, anything like that. WrestleMania watch-alongs. I got too many groups, so I just want to make that clear. So I don't know where I'm gonna be during WrestleMania. I just know I'm gonna be here in this house watching it all come down and all that stuff. Same with you know, things like that. So don't get disappointed if I'm not in the usual group that I'm usually in watching wrestling or things like that. So just keep that in mind. Games that come out, for instance, like we got to get back to WWE 2K24. I got to get back into some of the stuff I have. So, like I said to you guys, let me show you some of this stuff real quick before we get going, so you guys could see what's coming up on my channel, official. If it comes up, there it is. So we'll take this. Let's see here. Hold on. Here. So you guys could see. See, we have Fortnite to finish. We have Mortal Kombat Trial because of my PlayStation membership. We got to grind Rocket League. I want to play Bloodstained. I want to replay these games because I love both of these. Code Vein, I have not played. WWE for sure. I've used to play these as a kid. I want to go through the Crash Bandicoot games again. Shadow of the Tomb Raider for sure. Apex for sure. Ratchet and Clank I have downloaded. I want to rerun that for you guys. A Little Rogue Company. The finals I have not played. And there's a lot of different games that I want to play. Like, for instance, I need to go through Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I got to go through Destiny 2 again. Scarlet Nexus. There's a lot of things I need to go through and play that I haven't played. So that's on the docket for me. Every day you will see me at least game stream 6 to 7 hours a day, maybe longer depending on if there's no wrestling or anything. My goal is to get up early to work out and then be here to stream for you folks. And I love all of you. I want to thank all the love that I've been getting on the wrestling side. I play a comedian slash, when I call myself the devil, it's just a play on MJF. MJF's one of my favorite wrestlers. And I play off of, he's got my name, Maxwell Jacob Freeman. My God, he's got my first name, Maxwell. Literally, same everything, okay? And when I would, like, I kind of look like him in a way if I had hair. So I like emulating MJF sometimes. I think he's a cool character, and I would wear a Burberry skirt, shawl. Sorry, skirt. I'd wear both. I'm just a weird person. So anyway, guys, I love you guys. You guys know the deal. Make sure to rate, like, and subscribe. Make sure to be checking out everything down below in my channel show notes. All the channels, everything to do with me. I'll make sure to get these up on Spotify if you want to listen to them and stuff like that in the future. Thank you guys for stopping in. Love you guys. See ya. Guys, and honestly, don't crucify me too hard when it comes to talking AEW, WWE. Be kind. Be kind to one another in the comment sections and things like that. And be cool. All right. I'll see you guys soon.